You are surrounded by something ancient, unseen, yet ever-present. Energy. It moves through you, around you. It weaves the very fabric of your reality. But no one ever taught you how to command it. You were born into a world powered by energy, but instead of a guidebook, you were handed distractions, conditioned not to question why some people seem to bend life to their will, while others struggle against invisible forces. But here's the truth they never told you. Energy isn't just some vague, mystical concept. It's the core of everything. Your thoughts, your emotions, your health, your path in life. It's not just present, it's dictating every moment of your existence. Call it prana, chi, ether. Call it the quantum field. The name doesn't matter. What matters is this: those who understand energy shape reality. Those who don't are shaped by it. For centuries, this knowledge was kept hidden, passed in whispers between mystics, alchemists, and seekers of the unseen. Because true mastery over energy is power, power over the blueprint of your life. And if you've ever felt like something was subtly holding you back, there's a reason. That force isn't your enemy. It's waiting for you to take control. But before you can command it, you must understand it. Everything is energy. The breath in your lungs, the spark behind every thought, the rise and fall of your emotions. But most of us go through life blind to this, like fish unaware of the ocean they swim in. You were trained to believe only in what can be touched or measured. But the most powerful forces in existence, gravity, magnetism, consciousness, they're invisible. And energy is no different. It's the silent architect of your life. It carries you, or it hinders you. Ancient civilizations knew this. They saw energy not as something out there, but something alive within. In China, they called it qi. In India, prana. In the West, it was the vital force. They built entire systems around harnessing it: qigong, reiki, hermetic alchemy, kabbalah, tantra. These weren't superstitions, they were blueprints. Because energy is not passive, it is programmable. It responds to intention, thought, will. But modern life stripped this truth away, replaced it with machines and measurements. Science charted the brain, but ignored the mind, measured electrical signals, but dismissed the energy that moved them, not out of ignorance, but by design. Because a person who understands energy cannot be controlled. They don't need validation, systems, or permission. They become sovereign, untouchable, free. And yet, if you do not command your energy, it doesn't vanish. It gets pulled by outside forces. You've felt this, that exhaustion after walking into a crowded room, the mental fog from hours of mindless scrolling, the heaviness of fear overtaking your dreams. Your energy isn't gone. It's been scattered, drained, absorbed. Every environment, every person, every screen broadcasts its own frequency. And if you're not tuned in, you're absorbing it all unconsciously. You were never taught to shield your energy, never taught to own it. But here is the truth. Energy doesn't belong to those who take it. It belongs to those who claim it. Those who cultivate their energy can transform fatigue into vitality, chaos into order, doubt into purpose. Every magnetic leader you've ever seen, those who seem to glide through life with ease, have, whether they realize it or not, mastered their energy field. They don't chase, they attract. They don't react, they command. And it's not luck, it's not talent, it's mastery. Most will never unlock this. They will live and die as energetic bystanders. But a few will remember what they were never taught, and for them, nothing will ever be the same. Energy must move, it must flow. When it doesn't, when it's left without direction, it's swept away by the currents of the world around you. And those currents are powerful. Every space, every person, every device carries its own energetic imprint, frequencies that can pull you off course without you even realizing. That's why you feel drained in a crowded room, why hours spent scrolling leave your mind scattered, why fear can rise out of nowhere, eclipsing desire. Your energy is being hijacked, because without intention, it goes to the loudest signal. And in today's world, those signals are constant. But energy doesn't have to be lost. It can be harnessed, directed, made into a force that serves you. When you take control of your energy, you're no longer just surviving the chaos. You're creating order from within. Ancient disciplines understood this. Qigong, breathwork, hermetic practice. These were never just rituals, they were technologies, methods for restoring energy flow, for building internal strength, for refining the unseen. Energy was never a passive thing. It was meant to be programmed. Modern society dismisses this. Instead of clearing energy blockages, we're given pills. Instead of recharging naturally, we're told to caffeinate and push through. But your body is not a machine. It's a vessel, a conduit. Energy moves through you like a river. When it flows freely, you feel alive, clear, unstoppable. When it's blocked, you feel anxious, tired, disconnected. And here's what you were never told. Your body is a map, an energy system as complex as it is ancient. The Chinese mapped the meridians, channels of energy like invisible rivers. The yogis spoke of nadis, the currents of prana. Hermeticists understood the chakras, gateways between body and spirit. These systems weren't metaphors, they were blueprints for mastering your own power. But modern life numbs this knowledge. Instead of listening to your body, you were taught to ignore the signals. Fatigue, push harder. Anxiety, medicate it. Disconnection, distract yourself. And so, you stopped listening, stopped feeling. But the signs are still there. Moments when your breath deepens without effort, when your skin tingles, when your body feels light and your thoughts are sharp. That is energy and flow, and it can be cultivated. True energetic mastery begins with awareness. Feel your own field. Notice where it expands and where it contracts. The more you pay attention, the more you'll begin to sense it. A charge in the hands, a vibration in stillness, a warmth in your center. This is real, and it's yours. But awareness is only the beginning. Energy must be strengthened, built like a muscle, expanded like a flame. And just like any discipline, it takes effort, not rushed, not forced, but consistent, focused. This is where most people fall. They want instant results. But energy obeys rhythm, not impulse. Breath, stillness, movement, visualization. These are not hobbies. They are the tools of transformation. Used correctly, they charge your energy field. They refine your presence. They turn subtle awareness into raw power. But even power can become chaos if it's not directed. A wildfire burns everything, but a steady flame lights the way. That's where the mind enters, where will becomes the blade that cuts through illusion. Energy must have focus. It must be guided with intent. And when it is, it becomes unstoppable. Energy obeys the mind. It flows where attention goes. It strengthens where focus sharpens. It expands or contracts based on the clarity of your intent. This is the secret most overlook. Energy is not self-moving. It must be directed, and the mind is its conductor. But here's the problem. Most people do not own their mind. They let it run wild, reacting to everything, absorbing every distraction, believing every fear. And wherever the mind wanders, energy follows. Every thought becomes a command. Every emotion becomes fuel. Every flicker of focus shapes the field around you. An undisciplined mind leaks power. A focused mind channels it. This is why the ancients trained the mind first. The yogis meditated, not to escape, but to sharpen. The Hermeticists visualized, not to fantasize, but to imprint reality. The Taoists breathed, not just to live, but to unify body and mind. These were not relaxation techniques. They were training for influence over the unseen. Modern life forgot this. Worse, it teaches the opposite. You're told to multitask, to consume endlessly, to keep your mind busy and unfocused. And this isn't an accident. Distraction is a weapon. Scattered minds are easy to shape. Untrained minds can't hold power. So your thoughts become fog, your emotions run unchecked, and your energy goes with them, drained by fears that aren't real. But the moment you still the mind, everything changes. Stillness is not silence, it's control. It's choosing where your attention goes and holding it there. This is mental discipline. To notice a thought, then decide. To feel an emotion, then redirect. To sit in chaos, unmoved. When the mind becomes focused, it becomes a blade, and energy flows like a current behind it. This is the beginning of true power, because energy does not care what you want. It cares what you believe. If your beliefs are full of conflict, your energy is too. If your focus is fractured, so is your path. But when you hold a thought with clarity, consistently, confidently, you begin to reshape the field around you. This is manifestation, not fantasy, not wishing, but repetition, precision, emotion. Energy responds to certainty. So speak it, see it, feel it, act as if it already is, and the field around you will begin to bend. But this is where most stop. They believe for a moment. Then doubt creeps in. Doubt is a crack in your current, a leak in the force you've built. So it must be guarded, fiercely. And that means mastery of your inner world. Most people live in reaction to memories, to opinions, to fears. They let others dictate their focus. They surrender their energy without ever knowing it. But those who understand energy protect it like life itself. They know that the mind is the gate, and every thought that enters is either a builder or a thief. So they choose carefully. They don't allow their attention to drift endlessly. They don't feed thoughts that bring weakness. They don't indulge in internal sabotage. They align, they hold, they refine, until their thoughts become reality, their will becomes gravity, and their presence shifts rooms before they even speak. Because when your mind becomes still and your energy sharp, you radiate power, not through noise, not through dominance, but through unwavering presence. That is the force of a focused mind, and once you taste that level of control, you'll never go back. You'll see how much was lost in distraction, how many dreams were delayed by indecision, how much strength was scattered for nothing. And then you'll commit to discipline, to training, to mastery. Because once the mind aligns with intent and the energy aligns with will, you no longer chase reality, you shape it. Energy is not just something you cultivate within, it's something you project outward, into the world around you. It shapes how people perceive you, how events unfold, how opportunities find or avoid you. Because energy is influence. And once you realize that, you begin to understand a deeper truth. You are always manifesting. Every thought, every emotion, every belief, they're signals sent into the field. The question is, are you doing it with intent? Or are you reacting, letting your energy be shaped by forces outside of you? Most people live in energetic debt. They wake up tired, spend their days leaking energy through stress, distraction, and doubt. And they wonder why nothing changes. But energy doesn't lie. It only amplifies what you already carry. If you dwell in fear, it grows. If you feed self-doubt, it deepens. If you stay fragmented, so will your path. This is why people stay stuck, not because they're weak, but because they've never learned to hold their energy in alignment long enough to create change. But those who master energy move differently. They don't obsess over results. They embody outcomes. They don't chase success. They become magnetic to it. They don't force manifestation. They align with it and let it unfold naturally. Because energy is the language of the universe, and the universe speaks in certainty. The more clearly you hold your vision, mentally, emotionally, energetically, the more the field reorganizes around you. This is not magic, it's resonance. Everything vibrates. Everything responds to frequency. And when your inner world becomes coherent, your outer world reflects it. But here's the trap. Most people try to manifest from lack. They want more, but focus on what's missing. They crave love, but carry wounds they've never healed. They want power, but doubt their worth. And so their energy is split, sending mixed signals into a field that only answers clarity. This is why discipline matters, not to suppress desire, but to align it. The strongest energy comes from a still source, and to reach that stillness, you must first eliminate what scatters you. Cut the ties to what drains you. Remove the habits that leave you empty. Silence the thoughts that dilute your focus. Then build. Build rituals that charge your system. Build breathwork into your mornings, stillness into your evenings, presence into your actions. These are not luxuries. They are survival tools in a world designed to fracture your attention. And the more you practice, the stronger your field becomes. Until one day, you'll notice something shift. People will respond to you differently. Opportunities will open that once felt out of reach. You'll walk into rooms, and without saying a word, your presence will be felt. That's not charisma, it's energy integrity. And it's rare, because it can't be faked. The world feels your frequency before it hears your voice. But here's the final truth. Energy, no matter how powerful, must be protected. Because if you do not guard it, something will take it. People who haven't cultivated their own power will feed off yours, not always with ill intent, but out of habit, out of emptiness, out of need. That's why after certain conversations you feel drained, why certain spaces feel heavy, why some relationships pull you out of alignment. It's energetic extraction. And the moment you begin to value your energy, you'll realize how much of it you were giving away. From that moment forward, your standards will rise. Not from ego, but from knowing what your energy is worth. You'll stop explaining your peace, stop negotiating your boundaries, stop apologizing for protecting your field, because energy is power, and power, once claimed, must be kept. You are not here to beg for transformation. You are here to embody it. You are not here to hope things change. You are here to be the change. And once you master your energy, nothing can ever be the same again. You stop reacting. You start directing. You stop chasing, you start attracting, you stop doubting, you begin knowing. This is the difference between a life of resistance and a life of resonance, between survival and sovereignty, between drifting through the currents of the world and becoming the force that shapes them. You don't need more information. You don't need more motivation. You need mastery. Mastery over the one thing that has always been yours, your energy. Because once you command that, you command everything.